Hello, this is Andrew Wicklund with PRC Software. I'm going to go through the import section of our of Tempus the Time Bandit, our schedule risk analysis tool. So what we're going to do, and this will be a quick import and demo. We're going to take, so we've logged into the product. We've got a project open, but what we're going to do, so on the one that's open, we could export the current project in this import and create new section. But I'm going to import as a new project, and I'm going to take this register file and say upload. Now this is a Primavera P6 file. If it's Microsoft project file, it's same concepts, nothing different. But you've got all of your different sub projects in here from an XER file. So we've got just the one file in here. So we're going to hit the import button. And then it's going to do its thing and say import complete. Now, once I've imported, I'm going to do a couple things here. One of them is I want to go and set up my milestones. I mentioned this before, but I've just imported. I can go in and say, you know what, we really need to know when this final report is coming out. So I'm going to hit add. And you know what? We need to know when the building demolition is complete. So I'm going to add both of those activities. And that way, no matter where I'm at in the tool, it wants to come back and find you those reports for those milestones that you said are key. So you'll get your histograms, your tornadoes real easily. So now to the import check. So what we want is whatever PRC says, the same thing to be the file start and the file finish. So that would be the P6 start and the P6 finish, or if it was Microsoft project, the file start would be that. So if you see the file start and the PRC start at the same, there's zero variation. You know the schedule imported exactly on. We created a quick little zero difference button, so you can just, if zero difference, everything checks out, then you'll move on. Typically, when you do have issues, and we've got a wizard to address this issue, but a lot of times in the past, especially with other tools, you've got issues with statusing actuals in the future, remaining duration in the past. That can cause some issues. So, you know, we really want to take a look at all of those. So in here, you can always export. Hit the export button; it goes straight out to Excel. Any of these are real fast when you export them, so they're pretty much instantaneous exports. So that's going to give me the same data, but now I'm going to be able to go through it in, switch windows here. Now I'm going to be able to go through it real quickly in Excel. And then we'll go through and look at the schedule checklist as well. So once you've imported this file in, I've got a little plan summary over here. So this tells me the date, when my start was, how many activities and all of that. And then if I go back to the schedule checklist, this is kind of a neat one. So there's other schedule check tools out there. So we didn't go overboard with what we're doing here, but we did it specifically what you need to do a risk analysis. If we find that the value is particularly harmful, that color of the box instead of blue will be red. So open-ended activities are going to show up in red. We don't have any open ends on this one. But if I wanted to look at my finish float and say what has 30 days of finish float or more, you can go in. You can see your total float and your free float. As I go in here as well, if I click the export button, this will give me all of my checks over to Microsoft Excel. So this makes going through, and it's all hypertext linked in here, so you can see anywhere there was a check, it has an extra tab at the bottom. And then here within the cell, if I click on it, it goes directly to that tab. So it's a nice little schedule check tool. It's really designed to help you be able to do a risk analysis like this. So so there's your schedule check through your import. The next section will go over testing the network and making sure that the network is ready to run risk analysis on. We'll do further training modules on schedule checklist, etc., in terms of what the checks mean. But for now, I just want you to see where they're at and what they say.